Welcome to Automation Rules for Dext. In this module, we'll explore how setting up supplier and customer rules can save you a lot of time, improve a lot of accuracy, and streamline your bookkeeping. Manually processing invoices takes a lot of time. Ensuring the same supplier details repeatedly, coding the line items, ensuring the correct tax treatment can really slow down workflows, especially when dealing with the repeat transactions over and over again. With Dext, automation rules take care of these tasks for you. Supplier and customer rules ensure that each invoice is categorized correctly, assigned to a correct tax rate, and even published automatically, without the need for manual intervention. Think of automation rules as teaching Dext how you want it to work for you. Once a rule is created, every invoice from that supplier or customer follows exactly the same process, eliminating repetitive data entry and reducing those errors. Supplier or customer rules are ideal for documents that remain consistent, such as invoices for things like utilities, mobile bills, or even rent. These are perfect to set up rules for, because the items in the invoice remain consistent. Suppliers like Amazon, where the nature of the item could really vary, probably are not suitable for these sorts of supplier rules. Let's talk about how these rules directly benefit you, the accountants and bookkeepers, by helping you with 3 common challenges you face day to day in your role. The first challenge, time-consuming data processing. Manually inputting and coding transactions can be slow, it restricts how much time can be spent elsewhere, time that you could have been using for higher value advisory work, taking on additional clients, or even non-chargeable business tasks, or simply sitting on the beach and sipping a pina colada. The solution, apply Dext supplier and customer rules to reduce processing time when ensuring consistency. Challenge 2, inconsistent categorization. Different team members might code expenses differently, leading to errors and the need to rework. The solution, automation rules guarantee the expenses are categorized consistently every single time. Challenge 3, missed tax allocations. Failing to apply the correct tax treatment can lead to compliance risks and some very upset clients. Solution, supplier rules specify the right tax code automatically, ensuring compliance with tax regulations. By setting up automation rules, you can go ahead and get invoices processed much faster. Simply reduce majority of your errors and ensure compliance. Let's go ahead step by step through this process to show you how to set up these supplier rules. It's extremely important to set up these rules correctly so that your system knows exactly how you want it to work for you. Let's start with the easiest method, setting the supplier rule directly from an invoice. Step 1, select the invoice from the cost inbox. Click on it and open the item details. Step 2, on the right hand side, under suppliers, click Set Supplier Rules. Step 3, this opens up a pop-up window for you to customize up to 14 settings for this supplier, including the ability to auto-publish to your accounting software. You do not need to set up all 14. However, you can choose the settings you want to apply for all documents from this supplier. Supplier rules are best used on suppliers where the nature of the transactions remains consistent and therefore can be processed the same way every single time. Dext automatically applies auto-categorization and pre-selects the recommended category. Items that have been categorized by Dext will have a symbol looking like a little brain, showcasing that these items have been auto-categorized. If the item has not been categorized correctly, or in fact it's not been applied at all, you can go ahead and select the correct category. Step 4. Once you have set any items you want to set rules for, go ahead and click Apply. The rule is now saved, and every invoice from the supplier will have these pre-populated automatically. It will be applied to all future and non-archived items. You can also simply manage supplier rules from the supplier list. Step 1, head over to the supplier section under the Cost tab. Step 2, find the supplier you want to set up a rule for and click on their name to open up their profile. Step 3, here you'll see supplier settings. Just like before, you can go ahead and set up rules for a variety of things: the category, the tax rate, payment method, and much more. Changes made on this page will automatically apply. Supplier rules don't have to be set up individually. If you have multiple suppliers that you want to assign the same rules to, such as the tax rate or the category, you can go ahead and use the bulk edit feature to update multiple suppliers all at one time. Step 1, from the suppliers list, select multiple suppliers using the checkboxes on the left-hand side. Step 2, click the bulk edit button at the top of the page. Step 3, assign the settings for all selected suppliers. And step 4, click apply, and these rules will be instantly assigned to all selected suppliers. Once you've gone ahead and identified suppliers where automation rules can be applied, you can take efficiency one step further by going ahead and enabling my favorite feature, the auto publish. With auto publish enabled, invoices from these suppliers will be processed and sent directly to your accounting software. Guess what? Without any manual intervention. If a supplier rule with a selected category exists, it's going to be applied. To enable this, simply switch auto publish on when setting up a supplier rule. This ensures that once Dex processes an invoice, it directly sends it over to your accounting software. This is ideal for suppliers where the category and tax treatment are always the same. We're thinking utilities, office supplies, or subscription services. Just like supplier rules automate cost invoices, customer rules allow you to automate sales invoices, ensuring that every transaction is consistently categorized and processed. Once a rule is set up, every invoice from that customer follows exactly the same workflow, automatically assigning the rules that you have selected, such as category, tax. This simply reduces loads and loads of manual data entry and improves your accuracy. Step 1, start by selecting a sales invoice from the sales inbox. Click on it to open up the item details page. Step 2, on the right hand side, under customer, select set customer rules. Step 3, now let's configure how the customer invoices should be processed moving forward. First, select the correct product or service label. For example, if you want this customer to be always invoiced for consulting services, select consulting fees as the service. Next, review the tax rate. Dex will in fact extract the tax rate for you automatically. However, if you want to change this and override this feature, then you can set up the tax rate in the supplier rules to be handled for this exact customer. Step 4, once all details are set, go ahead and click apply. From now on, Dex will automatically apply these settings whenever an invoice from this customer is uploaded. You can also manage customer rules from the customer list. Step 1, open the customer section under the sales tab. Step 2, find the customer you want to set up a rule for and click on their name to open up their profile. Step 3, now we're in the customer settings page, you'll see the options to set up a category, tax rate, and much more. Step 4, once selected, your preferences will automatically save. Future invoices from this customer will follow these predefined rules. We've covered supplier and customer rules, but what if you need a breakdown of a single invoice into multiple categories? That's where Smart Split rules come in. Smart Split is one of our advanced rules that can be set for suppliers or customers whenever you need it. You can manually list out the line items yourself from the items detail page by clicking Create Line Items at the bottom of the page. However, with Smart Split, instead of manually breaking down the line items, you can create line item rules which will automatically be applied to all items from the supplier. This is going to ensure that you have accurate categorization, accurate tax treatment without any manual adjustments. Let's look at some common use cases where Smart Split can save you tons of time. Example 1, a supplier invoice might include materials and delivery costs. Example 2, some expenses like office rent, software subscriptions, are split across multiple departments. With Smart Split, you can apply fixed amounts or percentages automatically. Now that we understand the benefits, let's go step by step through this feature and set up some fixed amounts and percentage-based Smart Split rules. Step 1, navigate to costs and then click suppliers. Step 2, find the supplier you want to apply Smart Split to and click their name to open their profile. Step 3, scroll down to Smart Split rules and add a Smart Split rule. Now you'll decide whether to use a fixed amount rule or a percentage rule, or potentially both. Step 1, for a fixed amount rule, enter a description for each line item. Step 2, assign a category for each line item to ensure accurate reporting. Step 3, enter the fixed amount for each line item. In this example, we're allocating 200 to rent, 100 to phone, and 150 to maintenance. If the amount varies per invoice, you can go ahead and enter 1 and then edit when the invoice arrives. Step 4, go ahead and click apply. Now every invoice from this supplier will be automatically split into these predefined categories. You can also create percentage-based rules. You start the process the same way as we did with the fixed amount, by adding a description and selecting a category. From there, define what percent of this item you want to be allocated. For example, You have a supplier invoice where maybe 3% of the total amount is assigned to bank fees, and the remaining 97% is always allocated to another expense category. Smart Split rules can automate that allocation for you. To finish, go ahead and select Apply. Now every single invoice from this supplier will be split into these fixed percentages automatically. Automation rules are super powerful, but they work best when used strategically. The goal is to increase efficiency whilst maintaining accuracy. Use automation rules whenever you have repeat suppliers or customers whose invoices always follow the exact same pattern. So who are the best candidates for automation rules? Suppliers with consistent categories such as mobile phone bills, rent, or even subscriptions. Customers invoiced for the same service every single month, like SaaS subscriptions or people on retainers. On the other hand, not every supplier or customer is a good fit for automation rules. Avoid setting up rules for suppliers with varied purchases, such as online retailers like Amazon, where categories can change every single time. Be cautious with one-off invoices that you don't follow a predictable pattern. You don't need to automate everything all at once. Set up rules gradually and compound those efficiency gains. Start with your top 5 repeat suppliers or customers, apply rules when they provide the biggest impact. Sort the supplier or customer list within the workspace by number of documents to review rules set for volumetric or recurrent suppliers and customers. Periodically review your automation rules to ensure they're working exactly as you expected them to. Adjust or remove rules where necessary. If you're on a Dext Advanced plan, you have access to additional metrics and insights to understand how effectively you're using the automation for each of your clients. You can view how many suppliers and customers have rules enabled under the Practice View Review section, and then by clicking into Insights and then into Bookkeeping. By reviewing this monthly, you can measure automation progress. You can also go ahead and compare automation settings across your whole client portfolio. If you have a rule that works well for one client, the likelihood is it's probably going to work well again for another client. So go ahead and consider applying it to others purchasing from the exact same suppliers. Automation rules are about working smarter, not harder. By setting up automation rules strategically, you can go ahead and continuously improve efficiencies month after month, maximizing those efficiency gains. To complete this module, you're going to go through specific steps within our product. This is a practical exercise and it's an essential part of our certification. So what I'm going to need you to do is follow the instructions below the video. Your progress will be tracked in real time, so make sure you finish before moving on to the next module.